So then guys, in 2026, we are going to be getting a brand new iPhone added to the iPhone family, and that's going to be the iPhone Fold or the iPhone Ultra. And this is going to be Apple's first foldable iPhone ever they've brought to the market. And today, I want to go over 6 leaks and rumors we've heard about, and also I want to tell you about details about the release date and price too. So let's jump in straight away then with leak number 1, and that is that this new foldable iPhone is actually going to have a 5.5-inch outer display. So that's right, that outside display is going to be a 5.5-inch display. So this might sound a little bit smaller than you'd actually think, and in fact, yeah, it is, because right now most of the displays on iPhones are all like 6 inches and above. And especially like I think the smallest iPhone what Apple sell right now, and that is the iPhone 16e and the 16 normal from their actual website, and that is 6.1 inches. But yeah, the iPhone 17 categories, well, they're 6.3 inches and above now. So this is going to be smaller. But 5.5 inches, you might have heard of that before, because yes, you're right. The likes of the iPhone 6s Plus and the iPhone 6 Plus and the 7 and the 8, the Plus models, well, that did have a 5.5-inch display. But then for the second leak we've heard about is that the inner display is actually going to be a 6.8-inch display. And again, you might be thinking this is slightly smaller than other kind of foldables out there. Just like the Samsung one here, this is basically an 8-inch display, or just off that there, but this is going to be like a whole inch smaller here. And you might be thinking, well, why are Apple doing this? And the main reason is it's all because of the design language. So with that 5.5-inch display and also that 6.8-inch display, what we're actually going to essentially get is kind of more like a wallet design foldable phone, not actually like a book design like we get with, say, like the Galaxy Fold right now, or let's say even say the latest Google Pixel 10, you know, with that foldable. We don't get it there. This is kind of a book. This is going to be a more of a crammed down design like a wallet. And one of the big advantages is that, say if you're watching media on this with it opened up, it does mean that you wouldn't have big massive black borders on the top or the bottom. It would actually consume most of that display, and I think that's what Apple are targeting here. Plus it also would fit better in your pocket too. So this is what we've been hearing for this. But then for the third big upgrade we've heard about with this new foldable, and that is all to do with the design with the hinge. And this is the main reason why Apple have not made a foldable. I know there's going to be people in the commenting typing right now going, Apple are so late to the party. You know, everybody else has been making foldables. Well, if you know anything about Apple, they do not want to join that market until they've got everything perfected. This is why, you know, we did used to have foldable tablets with windows on them and things like this in the past, and Apple made the iPad many years later. They wanted to perfect it the way they wanted it. And it's the same with foldables. They do not want a crease in their display. And the cool thing is, it does look like that they've actually sorted this problem out. They've got this new liquid hinge, and it means that it's going to be barely visible to see a crease when you actually open and fold this new phone. Plus also feeling it with your finger as well, you probably won't even feel it that much too. So this is dead exciting news to hear that Apple have worked on this, and this is why they've been so late to the party, as it were, because they wanted to get this absolutely perfect. But then for the fourth big upgrade we've heard about for this new iPhone Fold, and that is all to do with how you unlock it and authenticate yourself. Now you might be thinking, well, we're probably going to get Face ID. Well, it looks like Face ID is going to be taken away. In fact, what we're going to get is Touch ID again. Touch ID is going to be added back into this foldable on the side, very similar, I would say, to like the likes of, say, the iPad home button on an iPad normal, iPad Air and the iPad mini, but this would be also on that home kind of power button on the side of this foldable, because at the end of the day, you would have to have, say, 2 Face ID sensors inside of this. That would take up space. You'd have to have one on the front screen and on the inner screen. Plus you'd also have dynamic island. That would be horrible too. But at least as a positive here, one of the great things about it is that you wouldn't actually have a dynamic island. It's most likely it's going to be a hole punch camera here on the front of this phone. So that is definitely some good news to hear, especially it's a 5.5-inch display. But first, just quickly guys, I want to tell you about the channel giveaway for this right here. That's right, I'm giving away an iPhone 17 Pro Max to one lucky subscriber on this channel. And you can enter into this giveaway right now for this iPhone 17 Pro Max on this international giveaway. And I say international giveaway because this iPhone 17 Pro Max actually also have a physical SIM card slot inside of it, because I know some countries out there, you guys don't allow eSIM, so, you know, made sure of that. So this is really, really great news that anyone can enter in. Now, there are two things you need to do to enter into this giveaway. The first thing you need to do is put down into the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025 or the early part of 2026. Put it down into the comments below. It could be anything. It could be, say, you're getting a new iPhone, a new iPad, a new MacBook. Maybe it's got nothing to do with Apple whatsoever. It could be, say, a Nintendo Switch 2. Whatever it is, just put it down below. Now, the other part of the giveaway, that is going to be happening in mid-January time. And the reason why I say mid-January time is because that is when I'm actually going to be giving away this iPhone 17 Pro Max. But just before I give it away, I'll be making a video on this channel giving you even more details about the actual giveaway, and you definitely want to see that video because it will tell you even more details and also give you a form to fill in too. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell because you won't want to miss out on that video. Plus, you also want to be a subscriber too, because obviously this is going away to one lucky subscriber. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you guys that sadly there are still scammers and spammers out there, people still impersonating me, turning to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people, best you can see right here. Please do report them. But moving on from this then, for the fifth big leak we've heard about, and that is all to do with those cameras, and that is we're actually going to get a total of 4 cameras added to this phone. You're actually going to get one camera on the very front actually shooting at you, probably most likely that 18 megapixel kind of camera that came out with the iPhone 17. There'll also be another one when you open up on the inside, potentially as well on the inside screen. So obviously if you're going to be doing, you know, video chats and things like this, you can use that. But on the rear, don't expect a 3 camera setup. Expect probably only a 2. And most likely this will be cameras that would be an ultra wide and also a wide sensor, potentially even Apple's 48 megapixel ones like what we get on the iPhone 17, maybe with some few upgrades as well, the 17 normal range phone. Do not expect a telephoto or anything like that. This is not what Apple are probably going to do, and quite a lot of other foldables out there, they do have zoom capabilities but not the best out there, and I think this is what Apple are thinking as well. They're going to leave that for their Pro and their Pro Max kind of phones. But then finally, for the 6th big upgrade, is one thing you might be worried about, is all to do with how thin this phone will be and also battery life. So we do know right now that Apple introduced the likes of the iPhone Air, and this is a very thin phone. Remember, this is coming in just over, say, 5.5 millimeters thick now, and it is a very thin phone. And the great news is that most likely Apple are going to make this new foldable phone very thin too, that when it's opened up, it could probably be about, say, 5.3 sort of millimeters thick or something like this. But obviously when it's folded up, most likely it's going to be, you know, just over probably 10 millimeters. Now I know you're going to say there's lots of other ones out there that are thinner than that, even like the likes of the Galaxy here, but this is, remember, is Apple's first device, and I want to get this correct. The good news is it does leave for, say, a bigger battery on the inside, and also with the likes of the A20 Pro chip that's probably going to go in it, and also a brand new N2 chip, and also the likes of, say, a C2 or C2X chip. This will also help out with the battery life in this phone as well. So this is also really exciting. But then the next question you're going to be asking about is, what about the release date and price then? What is going on there? So the release time for this new iPhone Fold is set for September 2026, and most likely it will be announced at the early part of 2026, probably around about, say, the early teens, and then probably come out, say, late teens of September, early 20s of September. That is when most likely it's going to be coming out based on, you know, Apple's previous history with releasing iPhones. But then for the actual price wise, well, this again has been a bit of a mixed bag what we've been hearing. We've heard sometimes that it could actually be about $1,800 for the baseline version. Then we've heard prices that it could be, say, up to $2,500. But this could be the likes of the one with, say, a 2 terabyte sort of storage inside of it. And don't forget that right now an iPhone 17 Pro Max with 2 terabytes, well, that is $2,000 to buy. So this is the thing, it's a bit mixed here in what we are getting. Personally, I think it is going to target around about $2,000. I think it's going to start out probably around what, $1,999 US, customers the same sort of pricing close enough to say a Galaxy kind of Fold, or let's say even say Google's Pixels, because they are the main competitors out there from Apple. So yeah, this is where it's probably going to be targeting towards that for its price. So I would say this, you better save up if you definitely want to get one next year. But really guys, that is the latest and greatest we have for the new iPhone Fold. Are you excited for it? Are you going to get one? Well, let me know in the comments below. And on that note as well guys, it's time to wrap up the video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too. Until next time guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.